Now, the first step to create a producer and consumer would be to set up the orchestrator. And like I said previously, you can use any messaging queue. However, Orchestrator is very handy and actually very easy to use. So let's connect our robot to Orchestrator. Now I'm gonna go and say and open UiPath Assistant. I have just pressed the start menu and wrote Assistant. And you should have this window here open. Now here it says, please sign into your account because I'm not connected to Orchestrator. In your case, maybe you don't have this button because you can choose to stay offline and to be able to see your processes which you have locally. Now I'll not click from here, and if you don't see this button from signing here, you can go here to this icon and press sign in. Now this will open your default browser. In my case, it's Firefox, so it will trigger to account uipath.com, and I have an account which I'm gonna continue to use with the email. Okay, and it will have here this message where it said when system dialog prompts, click open message. Now, in my case, I don't have any pop-up message which I have displayed here from the browser, but in your case, you could have. So what basically this one it should do, it invokes the UiPath robot with a token. A token is just a string in order to identify the authentication, okay? This is somehow the agreement between my browser and the cloud uipath.com. So a token is a shared thing between the cloud platform and my browser. Also, this token is sent to the robot in order to authentication to succeed. And as you can see here, right now I am connected to Orchestrator. Now, I said that because this approach is called the modern connection type. And actually UiPath with the recent changes affected the community version, and currently for new accounts, only this authentication method is allowed. Okay, so in case you have a message here, you need to say allow, as you can see here. And I'm gonna go back to the cloud.uipath.com, so I'll delete the address. And I want to show you how this authentication is possible, because I have just an account which is created 3 days ago. And probably if you have an account which is created new, you will face the same behavior. So let's refresh. Now, sometimes you have a cache problem. So what I'll usually do, I'm gonna just keep the control and F5. This will trigger a force refresh from the browser. Okay, so it works. So this is my Orchestrator service, which is named dev, which is created 3 days ago. Now I'm gonna enter here. And by the way, in order to connect to the Orchestrator, I didn't make any particular settings. So what you usually do is go here under the tenant and have activated by default under the users, under your user, which in my case, it's danielautomationpro.com. You go here and say edit, and you have an attended robot here. And by default for new accounts, this one is checked. Now, if you'll uncheck, you will unable to connect to Orchestrator using this method. It's called the modern approach. Now, in my case, I have an unattended robot also, which I can safely keep it low, but by default, this one is unchecked. So I'm just gonna keep cancel. Yes, I don't want to create anything. I don't want to alter, and go back to the robots. And I can see my robot that it's connected. This is my machine. It's named Daniel PC, and the provision type is modern, and the type RPA Developer Pro. Now I have a YouTube video where I'm explaining the differences, the different connection type. Basically, as you already know, for previous one, you need to specify the machine here and the robot key to the orchestrator. And based on that, orchestrator identifies your robot. However, right now, this one, it's not needed, and actually it's deprecated. For more details, I'm gonna leave a link here with my YouTube video. Great, so we made the connection to the orchestrator, as you can see here, and we have the robot connected. The orchestrator is saying that our robot is here checked, and let's go to the next part.